Perry Cline was a lawyer, deputy sheriff, and deputy jailer in Pike County, Kentucky, during the era of the Hatfield-McCoy feud.
Now this is the third, fourth stop of the day on my little whirlwind tour, you could say. We've already been to a couple graveyards and did our very first YouTube live. Since we were over here, I thought I would swing back by. This is the Perry Cline gravesite. He is buried right about there. Now we came over, we did a video on Perry Cline himself, you know, his life, that sort of thing. And we came up here and got a little bit of video of his gravesite. You know, monster squirrel in a tree. But anyway, we didn't really get the rest of the gravesite. There's some old ones, as you can see. There's a whole bunch of old ones all in through here. And it's not very big, but I figured since we were over here, you know, we hit the other graveyards, we may as well run over and get the rest of Perry Cline's graveyard as well. Now this one, it's not far from downtown. Well, it's still in town, but this one's a little bit trickier to get to. You come up near the school, near the college. It's just a little one lane. You can see, and it ends right there. That's my car there. It ends here. That's somebody's driveway, but we won't go up there. Right down here is where we're going. This is where Perry Cline himself is buried. And there's a giant squirrel. We were calling him, what, Mega Squirrel or something? He was big. Anyhow, enough with the squirrels. Knock it off. Nobody cares about the squirrels. That's an old military one right there. Let's see if we can, without stepping on anything. Let's see, where's the gate? Wow, it don't have a gate. No gate at all. How are you supposed to cut the grass? You can see it's still pretty snowy out. Orpha E. Francis, 1873 to 1940. Let's see. Can't get over there. Got to climb back over. Oh! Carefully climb back over. Throw that in there too. That is a stipulation. But Perry's grave is right there behind that tree. We'll get down to him here just in a minute. We want to check out some of these. Charles Sloan, World War II vet, 1915 to 1968. Huh. Kind of wonder, you see these World War graves, World War I and II. You kind of wonder, you know, what kind of stories could they tell you? You know, their adventures and stuff. I'm out here doing trail tours and think I'm doing something good. You know, they saved the world. It's a little bit of a difference. Here's an old one, World War II. Robert Lee Johnson. PFC 688 Ordnance Company, World War II, 1903 to 1956. And you can tell there's more. There's one, there's one. You go in between these. Like I said earlier, you don't ever want to step on a 100-year-old grave. I mean, you know, not just the disrespect, the open disrespect that you're showing these people, you know, walking on their grave. I'm sure they don't know, but to me, I would feel like I was openly disrespecting someone to walk on their grave. But you can see, I mean, you can see the little snow patches, but you can see none of these are marked. One of them has a rock right there, one rock standing up. But like I said, let's weasel through here. But what I was saying, you don't ever want to step on them. You know, just the disrespect thing aside, they can be dangerous. You know, a 100-year-old grave can be extremely dangerous. You know, you step in one of those things and it collapses, you're in a whole new world of bad. That is not a good thing. Can't read these or that one. Just a rock. There's a bunch of unmarked graves here. You can't tell this from the road. You get down here though, you can see them. You can see the dips. Can't really tell. All I can see is Will something. There's a couple more. That great trees right in the middle of that grave. Right in the middle of it. Dug a grave once for a family member. We get up there to dig the grave, crack of dawn. We start digging the grave, mark it off, everything's fine. As soon as the sun comes out, we realize there's a yellow jacket nest right in the middle of the grave. So you got to make something up. We got stung a couple times, but we got the grave dug. We got the nest out. And here's a baby, 1909 to 1923. Not quite baby, but baby enough. Somebody's baby. You can see that one's a rock. Two rocks. So I've kind of thought about that. You know, would you want, I don't know, a marker stone where your grave is? I mean, I guess I kind of get it, but what's the point? The thing's it's gonna deteriorate in 100 years. You're gonna be there for all eternity. That stone's only good for a little while. Like I said earlier, everything's temporary, isn't it? The only constant in the universe was change. Kind of ironic, isn't it? But anyway, I digress. You can see a bunch of rocks through here. Now this one, you couldn't give me enough money to spend on that. I mean, aside from walking on a grave. World War II vet. Died in 1964. Virgil Prater. Good job, Virgil. You did it, buddy. Unmarked. And you can see right there's Pikeville. Town of Pikeville City's down that way. The baby's grave. Lamb on top, broken. Cannot make out the name. Mars, 1868, excuse me, to 1932. Let's look at that. Look at the ivy. I bet this spot's pretty in the summertime. It's under the trees, so it's not gonna get real weedy. I bet it's a beautiful place in the summer. I have to come back over one of these days, just check it out. Or down over the hill there. But we'll go check these and then we'll see if there's anything down over. Well, we'll go look real quick since we're here. If we don't fall. Slid a little bit. I don't think I'm gonna go down to that one. It's a little bit too slippery. Yeah, there's more over here. Now see, this is another section. When Heather and I came out and did our video about Perry Cline, we didn't even see this. But there's more down there. They look fairly recent though. They look pretty recent. HUD for squirrels. I don't think that's a good idea. Go down there to look at a grave and wind up at the bottom of the hill with a broken leg. Check that one out. An old platform where somebody's headstone used to be. Now there's several more in here too, some marked, some not. Richards, 1883 to 1970. Who's that? Oh, Ella C. Richards. Pretty name. William Richards. Presumably her husband. About 20 years difference between the two, so maybe not. Yost. And we're starting to get into some of the Clines here. It's Myra Cline. And there's Perry's. We'll come back to him in a second. He's right there. Perry Cline. It's kind of hard to imagine, isn't it? The one and only Perry Cline is right there, just 6 feet away from you. Kind of hard to imagine, isn't it? All these historical figures that you've read about in books and stuff. But there he is. Hey, there's that symbol. That was pressed into that other. What is that? Daughter? Oh, Daughters of the Revolution. Oh, I get it. I know what that symbol is now. That was pressed into one of the other gravestones. What's that? Placed by Pikeville Chapter DAP. We know that symbol now. In case you ever wondered, Heather, Daughters of the Revolution. That's what that symbol is. I have seen it before, and I saw it earlier today. I was kind of wondering about that. Anyhow, there's some more of the Yost family. (1984 to 1998). Mandy Webb. Landon Thomas Webb. Just has one date. Just says a Lamb of God. That usually indicates stillbirth. William E. Yost, 1st Sergeant, U.S. Army, World War II. 1915 to 1980. Just in case anybody's curious, I'm like straddling these when I'm doing this. I'm trying not to walk on anybody's grave. I step over them when I, try to anyway, unless I trip. Maud Cline Yost, 88 to 1965. William Yost, 1889 to 1939. Polly Ann, daughter of W.E. and Maud Yost, age 5 months. It's terrible. 5-month-old kid. But let's see. E.W. Reed, 1918 to 1940. And there's one with just a Y on it. Nothing below it or above it. Just a Y. Is this the one? No, we had not been here yet. William J. Burke Wagoner. 20 ENCFS. Military, I'm sure. March 17th, 1938. That's all it says. Mary Burke, 1896 to 1950. And Clyde Burke, 53 to 56. Right over here, right there's Perry's. We'll get over there in a second. B.H. Lane, born 1906. Doesn't say when he died. Sarah Lane. This is an older one. 1866 to 1927. Just imagine the stories these people could tell you. Just imagine the collective knowledge that has been lost to humanity when these people died. I mean, I guess you could say that about all graveyards, but you know. Just in case anybody's curious, the red box on the side of the tree right there, that's a geocache. You'll see those a lot in these old historic graveyards. Basically, you just come out and you follow GPS coordinates to different places, historic sites and stuff like that. Now, generally, in the summer months, you want to be really careful with these things because they get full of bees. You crack that thing open and about 1,000 wasps come flying out of there. So, yeah, you want to be careful. Oh, by the way, little tidbit here. I was like 30 years old before I knew they were called wasps, by the way. You know, the bees, right? The brown ones, there's red ones, there's the ones with the black and yellow stripes on them. You know, they're all wasps, right? See, they're called waspers here. Hillbilly, Appalachian, Southern Appalachian, they're called waspers. If you say the word, oh, that's a wasp, we know you ain't from here. But anyhow, back to the geocache. They'll have these, and I showed you the one at Devil Ant's graveyard. There's several of them. But what you do is you just put some little memento in, take some little memento out, whatever, just to something to, you know, you were here. That's all it is, really. And you move on to the next one. It's basically, it's a way of exploring. You know, you just get out and explore the countryside and find these geocaches, and you take pictures and post them and stuff like that on geocaching websites and things like that. And not as big as it used to be, but it's still done. People still do it. All right, now these are the Clines. We're getting into the Clines right now. Well, there's William Cline. Check this out. Check that out. William O.B. Cline, Kentucky, private. Let's see, private TRPB. I'm not sure what that is. Regiment Kentucky Cavalry, Spanish-American War. Born June 28, 1877. Died December 3rd, 1958. Wow. Spanish-American War. Now, let's see who this is. All I can see is John Spencer Cline, 1920 something. Looks like to 1930. Not sure though. Here, Laurel Fern Cline, 1902. Old legs, old knees don't step as over well as they used to. RAC. I don't know. Oh, that's Perry. Oh, I'm sorry. That's Perry's. Yeah, that's Perry's footstone. I get it now. I knew a grave was there. I didn't notice the footstone before. PAC. Mother Martha Adkins, wife of Perry Cline, P.A. Cline, 1849-1920. But here is Perry Cline's grave. One and only. Now, y'all know who, I'm assuming most of y'all know who Perry Cline was and what he did. If you didn't, go back and we've got a video on him that we did not too awful long ago. You know, life story, that kind of thing. And like I said, we came over and just, we took some video of the grave site, but we didn't really Didn't really look around much. To be honest, I was thinking it was just like a dozen or so graves here, but there's quite a few more than that. But there's some old, I guarantee you some of this stuff goes back Civil War days. And you look at these. When you see some of these graves, you see a grave, and you've got a tree growing out of it, 18-inch diameter tree. That grave's been there a while. But like I said, a lot of them just rocks. Kind of ironic, isn't it? It really is. I just can't get over that. Never really thought about it before I started doing these videos about gravestones and markers and stuff. Never really thought about it until I started doing these videos. I'm not real sure these days how I want to do it. Heather wants a grave. You know, she wants a grave with like a real, you know, real marker, that kind of thing. I'm kind of looking at it as though it's temporary either way you do it. So just throw me in a ditch. I don't care. I'm dead. Not like I'm going to get any better. Not like I'm going to get sick from being in the ditch, is it? But anyway, guys, I appreciate you guys coming along. Hopefully we showed you something interesting today. Check these out. How wild is that? Just all down through here. All over the place. There's some geese off in the distance somewhere. They should be already gone south. Wherever their lead goose is, he ain't very good at his job. Myrtle Bowen. This says 1905. There's definitely a lot more graves here than I thought. I thought there was like a dozen or so. Here's that one. Liney Sloan. You don't hear that name a lot. Got a Liney in my family. Of course, I guess that's back in the day, you know. Names change. Go in and out of popularity. But anyhow, that, guys, is the graveyard other time. But anyhow, I thought I'd bring you guys out here since I was over here doing these videos anyway, doing these other ones. Figured I'd bring you out here and show you this old graveyard. Anyhow, I ain't gonna lie, guys, it's been a long day and I'm pretty tired. I ain't gonna lie to you. Sun setting, probably be dark within about an hour or so. And I'll see it got a long way to go to get back home. We got a lot covered today, though, that's for sure. Got my very first YouTube live. That was fun. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I really do. I hope y'all liked that. It was fun. I hope y'all, you know, I mean, it was a graveyard, you know, it's a somber thing, but doing the video was still fun. We'll put it that way. But anyway, guys, thank y'all very much for coming along today. Hope you enjoyed the trip. Hopefully showed you something interesting, something you may not have seen before, known before, some old graves, Civil War, Revolutionary War, Spanish-American War, all sorts of old stuff. But anyhow, I guess I'm gonna climb back up the hill and get in the car and head back toward the house. We got a whole bunch of videos to edit, so should keep Heather busy for a few days. So I do the legwork. She gets all the editing work. I'd rather be doing this. But we'll be back out soon. The two of us will be back out real soon. We're going real soon to do the cotton top one. We're going to do that together because that should be a really cool one. Hopefully we may even come up with some new information on it. So we'll see. But either way, guys, Thank y'all very much for coming along, and y'all have a great day. Thank you very much.